Today we're going to take a look at this thick boy War of the Realms Omnibus by Jason Aaron as a 1,576 page count and the cover price of $125. Let's get into this omnibus review. Before we jump into this thick-ass book, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about War of the Realms. It'll get yourself entered in the giveaway. Today, we're going to check out this War of the Realms thick boy omnibus, man. Good lordy, 1,576 page count. Great cover art here from Arthur Adams on the front and back of the dust jacket. Now let's slide this off and we will take a look at the dust jacket inside covers. On the left hand side you got the build up from Thor, the previous run of Jason Aaron leading into the War of the Realms, and on the right you get a list of the creators and whatnot who worked on this book. And love the wraparound cover that's on this book as well. So you get the map of the new kingdoms of Midgard and who's in control of the areas on the map. So definitely just a little cool, like a little thing to check out here with, and I love it. It just has like the old school vibe of just that style of Thor or a Lord of the Rings vibe of some sort. So you open it up, you get the title page here with War of the Realms, and then you get a list of all the creators who worked on this War of the Realms event story and all the tie-ins and stuff that are included in it. And they needed 3 pages because there's just that many issues collected in this book. Now, some are good, some are kind of mediocre, some are not good at all. It really just depends on your preference, I would say. Some of them I liked, like the Punisher miniseries. I thought that was really good. And, leading up the Thor issues and the actual event, War of the Realms itself, I thought were really good. And I love the artwork from Russell Dauterman throughout the War of the Realms. I mean, he just kills it, man. I'm a big fan of his art style in this. I think it looks phenomenal. So speaking on the art, let's go over a couple of the people that worked on the art in this book. Like I said, Russell Dauterman. We also have Mike Del Mundo and Matthew Wilson, Ron Garney, Mark Morales. So just to name a few of the artists. And then you also have, other stories and whatnot written by other writers besides Jason Aaron. So you have some stuff in here from Chip Zdarsky, Jerry Dugan, Dan Slott, Tom Taylor. So, this book is absolutely stacked full of stuff. There's so many different miniseries and little tie-in issues that are all included in this. But the question is really, do you need all those tie-ins and miniseries to enjoy the actual War of the Realms event? Do you need this omnibus? Was it a FOMO omnibus? I know this thing sold out. The first printing like immediately, probably one of the fastest sellouts I've seen in an omnibus so far. This is the second printing here. Is it really necessary to pick this book up? It really, like I said, it's about your preference. If you like all these tie-in issues and stuff like that, then maybe it's for you for sure. But I think maybe like your average reader, you don't need to get this because there's a lot of unnecessary stuff throughout this book. But I enjoyed most of the tie-ins and the little mini-series. Like I said, I was a big fan of the Punisher that'll come up later on. But, the story of the War of Realms itself, the event was fantastic. It started out as like a Thor event, but then kind of turned into a big Marvel event as there's many Marvel characters. And, they're taking over Midgard. That's the thing. Malekith has taken over the 10 realms, and his last act is to take over the rest of Midgard. And it's up to the heroes of Midgard to find Thor, who's currently with the Frost Giants, just straight up battling, which is really awesome, man. He's just chilling there, just battling Frost Giants, just like, give me more. But it's up to them to find Thor and then bring him back so they can, stop Malekith from trying to take over Midgard with all these other realms. Which this is cool here. It just shows like all the different people involved, Malekith's forces. Then you have like the heroes. So the Asgardians there too. There's a ton of characters in this book, which is pretty sick, man. Spider-Man kills it. He's one of my favorite characters in this event here. He says some really wisecracking shit. So you have this stuff here with Loki rolling up, and it's actually not Loki, it's Malekith himself, and just madness ensues, of course. It's just a phenomenal book, man. All of Malekith's forces coming over to the Earth and just getting into these sick battles. The artwork on these pages are just fantastic with Russell Dauterman. You have like Captain America and Iron Man, and Malekith has this sick white tiger that he rides. Just really cool stuff, man. I really enjoyed all of this event. You have Loki getting eaten by his father, the Frost Giant there, Laufey, which you'll see him come back later in the end with a really cool moment in the book here. Now, Malekith himself actually built like his own version of the Bifrost, which was pretty sick too. So it's like the black Bifrost, and that's what he uses to travel. And at this time, the regular Bifrost, controlled by Heimdall and all that, they're unable to use that. So they can't travel and stop Malekith's forces from invading, but Malekith can use his Black Bifrost to send all of his forces to Midgard and try and take over. And you get Odin coming through with the Valkyries, man. So he rolls up to try and help in this first like big epic battle that goes down. You have Doctor Strange, he like tries to transport all the people in the area from the city so they're all saved. You get some deaths in here as well, man, so there's definitely some crazy stuff going on. And just a note here, they do have the covers throughout the book here. They don't have like a bunch of extras in the back of the book with just covers, because there would be a shit ton of covers. But I love this stuff here with Heimdall and Daredevil, both blind. Daredevil gets the sword of Heimdall to be able to open up the Bifrost, and he becomes the god without fear. And then this part here with Spider-Man just trolling Captain America so hard, man, had me die, man. He's just like, hey, why does everybody else have cool swords and stuff, and I just got a shield? What kind of loser goes into battle with just a, oh, wait. Yo, that shit had me die, and I was like, because I'm not like crazy about Captain America. I do think he's kind of a dork. But that part had me dying. And then, man, they just roll up using the Bifrost. The Daredevil opens up. Groups go out. Some are set to go to find Malekith. Some are set to go find the Black Bifrost. And some are meant to go find Thor. And Thor is just in the midst of battling all these fucking Frost Giants. And he's just an absolute psycho, just asking for more Frost Giants. He's just covered in blood, all fucked up and just out of his mind. So these different groups go out, and you'll follow them throughout their journey of which does what. You have like the people back on Earth still battling with, I think, Captain Marvel. Then you have like She-Hulk and I think Lady Freyja going to stop the Black Bifrost, and Thor comes back. And then you have also Malekith. He ends up getting the black sword, or the ebony sword that was made by Merlin from the Black Knight. So he's got this epic ass sword now. And, man, he's feeling unstoppable in this moment. You also get Dario Agger in here, which he turns into the Minotaur, of course, if you've read the Jason Aaron stuff before. You get a bunch of the characters that were in the run before, like Ross Solomon as well. She's now an agent of Wakanda instead of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then, of course, you get the three Thors. They come back, but now it's four, because you have the Jane Foster Thor, who also is, her cancer is in remission. So you have Thor, who was endlessly searching the sun before for bits of Mjolnir. He ends up getting giving his eye to the world tree in the sun, and then he gets a hint of how he's going to be able to defeat Malekith, and he gets Mjolnir back. And man, just this whole end of the story just wraps up so well, and it's such a fucking really cool event, I will say. And then you get all of these tie-in issues at the end here. This Daredevil one was pretty good. I really, really like the artwork for it. Him just kind of really just looking back on him being the god of fear, and he loves the sword, and like the feeling he gets. Some Howard the Duck in here. You get a bunch of these tie-ins, man. Like I said, some of them are good, some of them aren't that great. You get a Doctor Doom thing here. So I'm kind of gonna skip through these more. You get the great stuff with Punisher here, man. Punisher's great. He ends up like, there's a hospital in need of getting these people to safety. So Punisher ends up actually like getting a group of these prisoners to help him take these people through this tunnel. And there's a bunch of Frost Giants and trolls down there. But like as he's going along, he's also killing these prisoners, because they're a bunch of fucking scumbags too. And the lady's all pissed at him in the end. She's like, how are you going to kill these prisoners? They helped you. And he's just like, man, fuck them people. They're all pieces of shit. Which is, it's a cool story, man. It's very Punisher-ish. You get some She-Hulk stuff, man. So there's just an absolute ton. Now, getting into actually what this book does collect. Are you ready? Get your pen and paper ready, because there's an absolute ton of issues in this. But this collects War of the Realms 1 through 6, War of the Realms Omega, War of the Realms War Scrolls 1 through 3, War of the Realms Strikeforce, The Land of Giants, The Dark Elf Realm, and the War Avengers Giant Man 1 through 3, War of the Realms Journey into Mystery 1 through 5, Spider-Man and the League of Realms 1 through 3, War of the Realms The Punisher 1 through 3, War of the Realms Uncanny X-Men 1 through 3, War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas 1 through 4, Asgardians of the Galaxy 8 through 10, Tony Stark Iron Man 12 through 13, Venom 13 through 15, Thor 8 through 16, Avengers 18 through 20, Captain Marvel 6 through 7, Champions 5 through 6, Deadpool 13 through 14, Fantastic Four 10, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur 43, Superior Spider-Man 7 through 8, and of course, everyone's favorite, the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, 43 through 46. So speaking on all the issues collected, it brings me back to the start. Like, do you need this omnibus? I know the mapping, people have an issue with it, that all of these tie-in issues and miniseries come after the event. But it would seriously break up the main event like so much. I mean, there's absolutely an insane amount of issues collected in this, all these tie-ins and such. So you wouldn't want that. I'm kind of glad the way they mapped it and left everything after the event. So when getting to the ends, I would say that like if you're a fan of tie-in issues and things of that nature, I would definitely pick this book up. You will enjoy the hell out of it. But if you're not and you just want to read the main story, I would definitely pass on this omnibus. It also takes up a ton of shelf space. So getting into the extras in the back, you get some variants and then you get some character designs. All around, I really like the story. I like the event. I like some of the tie-ins. Let me know what you think about War of the Realms down in the comments. And as always, man, thank you for watching. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we are giving away Thor by Walter Simonson Omnibus and a mystery slab. All you got to do to get yourself entered in the giveaway is be subscribed to the channel, like and comment on a video where I mentioned this giveaway. When we hit 1,000 subs, I'll use a random comment generator to announce the winner. Good luck!